Welcome back to the FC Alert Update. My name is John. I'm going to be breaking down investments, trades, everything you guys need to know about if you should sell or buy. That's what's going to be here today. So I'm got your guaranteed buys, got your guaranteed sales, and we made it big on these trades, and we'll do you guys a recap. If you guys are holding on to Leguli, we are currently up over a quarter mil, nearing 300K as Leguli is hitting 22,000 right now. So let's go ahead and get right on into it. This is your investment and FC update. If you want an even easier way, check out lootbar.gg. They have the lowest prices, fastest delivery, while being 10% cheaper than any other platform and trusted by big names like Pro Owns and Zorky. You also have insanely good reviews on Trustpilot. Additional 8% coins right now with my code, John Sims, at checkout. Check out lootbar.gg and get your FC account leveled up. The first thing I want to review here is basically the market is starting to roll up, so we should see some of the market starting to pull. There are some trades I specifically want to talk to you guys about. I basically broke these down. Here's a couple of them that we were talking about at content. So some of this has changed a little bit, but we will dive into most of these cards and ideas here. So if you guys want to be a part of the early access, get into my live stream or join my Discord. You guys can get in there and see all of this type of trades. But number one I'm going to talk about is the promo cards. This Thalvin, yes, there's been a leaked card coming out of a player of the month. I don't think it'll affect this card relatively at all. I think this card's going to be it's going to go out of packs. This market should come up before it even goes, the player of the month comes in. So I expect this to rise in the next 24, 48 hours. Everything we should be thinking about right now should be selling here in the next 24 to 48 hours. I like Thalvin. I like Wubin Moy as well. The highest defensive awareness in the game, I think, with Defender++. So 11K, you get arguably the best AI you can possibly get. That's way worth more than 11,000 coins. And if this ever gets an Evo, I mean, you're talking about arguably a monster of a card, a monster of a card there. But who knows if it will. For the bigger clubs, I do like cards like Cucurella, very unique fullbacks, and like Lucy Bronze. I've been using her and him, and they've both been playing phenomenally. And of course, Sun and some of these other stuff. We did look at Ekiateki early, if I made that right, earlier today, and he was at I think he was at 230, or was it 230? Or he was down to 2. There was a moment where he was down for a little bit yesterday, and I think he was down a little underneath this. And so anyways, a lot of this market's starting to pull up. A lot of this likes to come up Monday, Tuesday. So I do think a lot of this stuff should be decent. Most of it should be okay. Even McTominay here in Size Plus. If you have questions and concerns, you guys can always at me, DM me, that type of thing in the future trades. But this was our trade from last week. So if you do have Leguli, we made a huge call. We bought in at right here on, or wait, where did we buy? We bought in here. Yeah. Thursday, 15.75. So almost all my Legulis were purchased here at 15.75. If I even have another one on the market here, but I've got some fodder here as well. It does not look like I have that, but we did buy the dip on some Bon Pastor as well today. So she is currently at 102. And if you guys were with us in the live, you guys would have been up on 2 of those. Actually, we should have bought a lot more, but she was down at 92K. So she's already up, 10%. So that was a big dip we did buy today. So again, that's the type of stuff that we were trying to cover in our live stream. But with this video, we will give you guys some steps on more investments here. Those are a couple of them. Fodder, I really like 88 fodder right now. The market hasn't moved too much. Fodder is going to be a very safe trade. I don't necessarily want to say if you guys are really trying to find some quick coins, unless it's safe. This is very, very safe style of trading. I do think that you get 88 underneath 13K, like a 12.5, 12.250 on bid or snipe. I think you're gonna sit in a great spot. I think it's worth that extra grind. 85s look fantastic. If you guys are interested in 86s, I'm gonna break down to you guys why I like 85s over 86s. But basically, right here, 86s are at 7.1K and 85s are at 3.8. So the whole point of this is basically saying that the gap between the price margin here, these should move up a little bit further or these should gap a little bit better. And so, like, again, 84s are still in a really good spot. We've been seeing these kind of pop between like 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, staying around a 1.4 range, getting up to like a 1.6, 1.7. So this is a pretty good market if you guys want to try to buy these dips down when they come down to like that 1300. I think that's a very good spot. I think that's a lot of demand and supply that EA are basically bulling right there. And so that's like trading on like a small cap stock that trends at a very nice rate. So I like 84s, I like 85s, but 88s, 85s are going to be my two big ones. There's a lot of supply in 84s. So if you were trying to buy 84s, just don't expect a huge move, if that makes sense. Last year, they went up to about 2.5K in the next couple weeks. This year, we don't know what is actually going to happen. But if you guys have the 86 informed from last time, they've been kind of fluxing. There wasn't as much demand. We were placing a bet on some demand. They did come and flux right back up when we bought. I think we were talking about Thursday, right? Was it Thursday? Yeah, was it Wednesday? I think it was right around this place. And then on Friday, they looked like they were up that night. And then they kind of took a dip on Friday. And so then they kind of came back. But the thing about it is these are out of packs right now. So I do believe these will continue to rise. If you still have these, don't necessarily sell them out yet by Tuesday. Now, the only thing I do want to say is Tuesday, we still have a lot more stuff here. But Tuesday, apparently, we have the preseason reward packs coming. So watch out. That means supply is inbound. And when supply comes in, markets go down typically. So watch out for these to potentially be affected, even if they're not technically in packs. Now, the 84 market, very similar. I really like 84s at under 12K, though. Still, it's such a good trade right now with 83s still being at that value. I still like all of this type of stuff. Now, a trade that I would recommend if you still have coins, I am probably, before I go to bed here, I'm kind of leveraged with some other trades right now, but I would be buying a lot of Albas out at around 15K, 15.5. That's probably my move. So I think this is again, these are trades that are going to happen in 2 days' time, maximum. And so I think a Jordi Alba is going to be a very good trade, especially while that cornerstone's out, potentially a link with that Messi card to get like a double cornerstone. I think is a great trade. Outside of that, guys, if you guys want to trade big stuff, if you're looking to buy your teams and all that, yes, you can buy your teams. Just don't expect them to go down necessarily. Just don't expect them to go up. So like Sunday, you see at 260, and then he's like 270 the whole time. So you missed that. You're about here now on on Monday right here. So we're hitting this right about this time. Just don't expect it to go up. Just don't expect it to go down right now if you're buying gold stuff. I don't necessarily recommend going in gold. I do recommend these Impact Team of the Week cards. They usually do fantastic. Oscar Bob might be my other favorite trade. So smaller market, maybe it's going at 500K range. Jordi Alba. Other than that, I really like the Oscar Bob trade. I think this is fantastic, especially with so many people seeing that early demand and trying to keep that extinct. So many people came into my live stream and asked me, John, should I buy Oscar Bob? And I said, no. And he crashed. And it's happens almost every single time. So many people get hyped and it's just not there and it will reverse. And so that type of stuff. But Oscar Bob now, so he had an oversaturation based off all these people probably selling it. And then it drove down. And then you can see another sell-off again. So it's probably right around this time. This is when that Saturday crash. And then you probably had some sellers from people that hold on to it. And so you can kind of see that huge dip. And you can still kind of just see it trending down. So I think this is in a good spot now where the market's going to find its where that supply is going to start to shrink for tomorrow until maybe that Tuesday preseason pack. So it has a day to move. Let's see if it happens. But again, guys, remember, it's only 24, 48 hours that I would be buying and selling. That is going to be the play. Those are some of the trades for the week. If you guys always want more, you guys can always come by my live stream. I break it all down all day long and help you guys improve. And until next time, guys, we will be coming out with some gameplay trailer stuff, guys. We're almost to Elite now, so we're finally there with like a 200K squad. So we'll check that out. Until next time, guys, thanks for tuning in. Check out the next video. We'll see you tomorrow.